Hey, this is Champ, coming from Team Players United. Again, we have our brother from South Kakalaki, South Carolina, uh, D, coming in. Hey, how you doing today, my brother?
All right, everything is swell. What's going on?
Oh man, slow motion better than no motion. You know, phrase we always use because if we ain't moving, that shit ain't moving right. Uh, right now, today, a couple of topics we really want to touch on today. Uh, basically, I would try to tell a joke to have everybody laughing, but I ain't really getting no jokes for these situations right now. Right now, there's a lot of crap going on. We got a lot of subjects that we can touch on right now. I mean, we just talked earlier about tax consultants. We talked about lawyers. We talked about a lot of different things that's going on. But right now, I got a couple of things I want to touch on, and it's going to grab the audience. And one was based off of an accident I had back in the day. Well, I didn't have, actually, brother had, back in the day on 95. I was just actually a part of it where I was actually a tenor ear and actually being able to go ahead and be able to give him my advice of what was going on with him at the time. But first and foremost, man, I want to tell you what happened to me the other night. Bruh, it was some old crazy crap, man. Um, Me and my wife were sitting back, we was chilling. Uh, Mind you, right now, I've been in slow motion and basically, the coronavirus scenario, I've been chilling, but in the same token, I had to find some work. So, hey, I was, doing dump trucks. Hey, man, that's a strenuous job, bro. That's a crazy job. Dump trucks is not like driving over the road, man. I see why the brothers' arms are swole, why they be so jacked up walking around with shoulder problems, because holding that weight, that shit ain't no joke. It really, it really ain't no joke, bro. For real, it ain't no joke. But
Yeah, I touched that end a time or two. That's some tough work. Sure enough, I can certify that.
so you have done it before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, but man, I turned around and got up the other morning. Basically I was supposed to get up like 4 in the morning, get myself situated. Had to be at the truck at 5:30, give myself time to get there. Man, some old, I don't know what you want to call them, but these cats turned around, hood rat jokers. They actually, it was crazy in itself because what happened was you wouldn't expect this. And I'm not trying to spook my general audience basically at all. Believe me, I'm not. But these cats turned around and they were outside jogging. And now the general audience can actually bounce off this story because there's another story out there dealing with some other individuals, and I'm not trying to piggyback off of it at all, but this happened just to play off, and it was crazy. But these cats were out there jogging. But anyway, before they started jogging, my alarm went off on my truck. So I'm sitting there, and my wife, she wakes me up. She's like, yeah, the alarm's going off. So, hey, being a protective brother like I am, I jumped out, grabbed a 40, walked out there, and hey, truck doors locked, everything good. So I turned around and came back in. So somehow, well, for some reason, my wife turns around. As she's getting ready to lay back down, she looks out the window. Man, there's two young brothers out there jogging with the jogging attire on, and all black, and they're coming down the street. So my wife said, "Hey, babe, there's two cats out here coming up on the house," and all of a sudden, one of them walked up on one of the cars in our driveway. So she bangs on the window, which was a blessing in disguise, because really, me being the protector I am, when she banged on that window, it actually saved a lot of drama, because when she banged on it, it startled them and they started running. I was already on my way out the door, and I was already coming. Like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? But they'd already scattered. But this time, I ain't grabbed a 40, I grabbed a shotgun. Now, our audience can relate to the story of the shotgun with a jogger. So I'm gonna leave it at that. So I come out the door, and the cats, they didn't scat. They didn't went up the next block, like I said, they being protect I am. I want to see if you really knew what you was looking for. I'm whistling because I see them down the street as they going. I'm like, hey, come on back. Y'all forgot something. You know what I'm saying? Hey, come on back. Y'all forgot something. So in the process, they turned around. You know what I'm saying? They turned around. They kept going. They kept going. But I'm sitting there like, hey, I think y'all forgot something. I need to come back and see, if y'all, drop something, Long story made short, we gotta do something with our kids, give them some type of, I don't know what the fuck we gotta give them, to tell you the truth, really, because I know how I grew up, you know what I'm saying? You can give me stories of how you grew up. I know we did things back in the day that's similar to what these cats do nowadays. White, black, green, or orange. I mean, the storyline is all the same. But back then, I can't even tell you, I can't give you an actual dividing factor of what's happening now versus then. But I know I was hungry back then. I really had to eat. These young bloods, man, these cats was out there doing something for what reason I don't know. They weren't hungry, but they was about to catch, something that they weren't asking for. And that's the sad part of the storyline, because when you set yourself up for any type of scenario in life, there's repercussions behind it. And it's just like if you speed, you're bound to get a ticket. You don't know when that ticket's coming, but if you keep going, you're gonna catch it. If you jump off a cliff, you bound to hit the ground. So that's just a little short story, and it's crazy in itself. And I really, if I was the guy that actually caught them and did something, things went wrong, I'd be sitting there like, man, I really didn't plan on hurting them, but this is how it played out. But like I said,
in a situation as such, man, like you said, first place as a man is a protector, provider, and lover. And that's the role we fall under.
right.
And it's sad when you see a situation like that unfold, because that can go so many different directions.
Yes.
You're not looking for the worst to happen. But what you will do is protect what belongs to you.
Correct.
Man, I just pray that, that a lot of times, well, I'm not going to say a lot of times, I'm just praying that people catch some understanding with all the situations we got going on right now.
Yeah.
They get the clear understanding of what it is that they're facing, man. There's a lot of nervous people out here, man. Nervous people pull triggers faster than a man that actually know what he's aiming at. And somebody gonna get hurt, man.
I know.
You better be careful about what it is they're doing out here. Reassess the situation. If you want to ask a man how to get someone, talk to him.
Real talk. And the crazy thing about it, is that there's so much music out here nowadays that's actually supporting, illegal activity. I mean, I can go on and on about that, which, I'm not, this is not what this page is even about, but it's like right now I just want to speak on it to actually help, our young brothers and sisters, and even our white brothers and sisters, because we all come from one. So hey, white, black, green, and orange. That's how I stand when I come to them. It's like, y'all doing some stupid shit. Y'all really gonna catch, your family gonna catch feelings over some situation because they're trying to protect you, but in the same token, sometimes you're not doing enough protecting by not, stepping to them a certain way, because if you don't get the lesson in life at home, you gonna get the lesson of life in the world, and the world is unforgiving. Once they touch you, it's a wrap.
Yeah. So, ain't no turning back the hands of time.
No, not at all.
It's the one thing in life you can't ever get back.
No.
It's time.
Yeah, and I'm a firm believer in that. I mean, my wife will tell you in a minute. That's one thing I preach all the time. Is basically, and I don't want to harp on it too long, but that's what I'm a firm believer. You know, you can take my wife, my house, my home, my car, my cars, my money. You know, I can replace every part of that. You steal my time, I can't get that back. If you steal today, tomorrow I can't get back yesterday. So it's a done deal.
Yeah. With that being said, I want everybody in your listening audience to understand this. If you ever set up an appointment to be somewhere, make sure it's about your business to be there on time, if not early. Because the worst disrespect in the world, I take it so personal that I believe you telling me fuck me if you're not on time for an appointment you set with me.
Yep. Exactly how I feel. Yep.
That's how much I value my time. If you don't value yours, then don't be bothered with me.
Exactly, man. I totally agree, man. People don't understand that time. There should be a whole different definition when it comes in the dictionary when it comes to time and time robbing, because people just don't understand that part. But man, subject of today is some of the scenarios that we have been through dealing with the industry as usual. Is dealing with this. I've been through an accident. I really wanted to share this. I didn't actually myself been through this accident. It was actually a friend of mine who actually been through. I've been through a few accidents, but it's a partner of mine who actually been through a certain scenario. And I actually say that I've been through it with him because I rocked with him from beginning to end through the storyline. And it was an accident he actually went through. It was down 95. And it was crazy because simple fact how they treat us as truck drivers, and everything is our fault. They never turn around. I only heard of one lawyer that actually defend us truck drivers, but as a rule, have you been hit by a big truck? You know, have you been ran off the road? No one ever says, you know, no one ever says, you know what I'm saying? Are you drinking and driving? Are you turning around grabbing your cell phone? You know, it's a crazy scenario, and they always stick us in the butt every time. I tell anybody when you get behind the wheel of a truck, you know, hey, stop at Family Dollar. They got Vaseline, buy one get one free. Pack yourself before you get in the truck. You good to go. Hey, everything's fantastic at that point because you can slide in, slide out. But man, there was a actual brother, man. I ain't gonna mention my name or the situation, but I can tell you he was on 95. Man, he was rolling, going down 95, and it was probably like 3 in the morning. I remember it, you know, vaguely. But he turned around and he said he caught a flat. So he pulled off to the side. And as he pulled off to the side, he assessed the situation, see he had a flat. And there was a TA or a pallet up the road, probably about, it was the next exit, he said. So it's probably like under a mile. So he's like, I did what every other driver does on the norm. I turned around and boom, I turned on my flashers. Hey, I got back on the road. You know, I'm over 45 miles an hour and I'm rolling. He said, man, it wasn't less than 7 minutes after the fact. Turn around, boom, I thought I said, I had another flat. He said, I looked back. He said, sparks all behind me. Next thing you know, he said, boom, here come another truck. And the truck hit something. He said, I don't know what it hit, but sparks was flying everywhere. And he said, man, when I pulled over, he said, I barely felt it. I thought I had a flat. He said, I pulled over, and come to find out, a young lady had hit me. And when she hit me, she went under my DOT bumper, and she hit my back tire. She turned around, and the truck that was coming behind her hit her and flattened, killed her. But in the same token, before she died, he actually killed her off the rip. But he turned around, he said, man, throughout the whole commotion, you know, we called 911, everybody's out there. He said, this woman sitting out there, he said, man, he said, it tore me up. He said, man, because I sat there with her to her dying breath. He said, I sat there holding her hand. He said, wouldn't nobody even touch her. You know, he said, I came out, got a blanket out my truck, threw it over her body, and threw it over to keep her warm. And talked to her. He said, till she shut her eyes. He's, man, when you talk to this brother, he's like, man, you could hear in his voice how much it tore him up. And after that situation and went down, he went on to tell me, you know, how they came at him, you know, pretty strong about the situation, you know, saying that, you know, it's his fault, da 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 da. But turned around at the time when it happened, you know, the young lady, it was her birthday.